Okay, good morning everyone. Hello, hello, hello. And bloop. And oopsies. We're in. We're in. Hello, good morning everyone. Let me just remove some of this cloud. Can't work in a shadow. That's better. A little bit of ambience, but not too much. Everything's at a crawl right now. Hello, good morning, good evening. What's going on? Where you all watching from? Max hating. Hello, hello, hello. Are you watching from Italy, my friends? What time is it? Did you say midnight? Middle of the night. Yeah, it'd be early there. I'm sorry about that. This is like 10 a.m. for me. So this is like a beautiful time to stream. I usually try to go a little bit earlier, just so I can kind of squeeze in some of Europe. Oh, what is going on with this game? I'm just gonna speed up a little bit because we are stuttering like nothing else. Can you guys see that stutter? But I can't believe we've still got some Europeans watching. Guys, thanks so much. I'm on Mars? Wow. Good man. Watching from outer space. Appreciate it. It's 1 a.m. in Algeria. Thanks, bud. From Perth, it's 2 a.m. Yeah, it's 10 a.m. in Sydney at the moment. So, pretty good time. Alright. It's a slideshow. It is. I'm not really quite sure. Like, I don't know about you guys, but sometimes I'll open up the game and I'm like, oh, hey, like the performance is beautiful. And then other times I open it up and it's like, oh, gee, whizzikers. Like, why is everybody at an absolute crawl? It might be to change some things. I don't know, for me, sometimes if I like change the VSync. But I actually think I've made some serious changes in downtown, so I also kind of think that people are kind of just like readjusting to all the things that I've just done. But yeah, it is an absolute slideshow, so sorry about that. That's okay though, because I think we're going to be mostly focusing on some of the detail work down here, which doesn't really I don't think we'll be too affected by it. From Vienna. Beautiful. Thanks, my friend. Well, thank you all for joining. Really, really appreciate it. What I wanted to do today is, this is all looking beautiful, but I actually need to work on around here, which is still the most barest of bones. Like, we've got just a couple of ideas down, and I think like the texture's right, but in terms of everything else, I think I desperately need to detail this up. And I want to do it during a live stream because I'm probably going to need some assistance here. Like, there's only certain things that I know. Audio Island, yeah, my City Skylines 1 series. Can I tell you, I'm like 95% finished an episode. I just need to go back into the save and like finish a couple of bits and pieces and add the commentary. But because I've been like so focused on this, I haven't done it, and it's been like almost complete for like, I don't know, I want to say 2 months. So I'm sorry. I know people like really want to see that back. But I actually find it really hard to switch between series, and especially between games. So as you can imagine, I'm kind of like a little bit slow there. So yeah, I'm sorry. I know a lot of people want to go and see that again. But I guess the good news is that something is very much on its way. I just need to put the finishing touches on it. No more City Skylines 1 content, please more. Yeah, there'll be more. Actually, how many of you are actually that keen for it? Let me know. Because the other thing is that I don't want to release stuff that people aren't that interested in. So I'm gonna just make some more catenaries. I'm trying really hard to align him up. So that's gonna be like the bottom part, and then that'll be the top. And then what was it? I think I was just using the actual catenaries for that. Yeah, it was. Well, that's the easy part. That one's already done. Yeah, I think a lot of people are still playing City Skylines 1. It goes like, it kind of goes in waves. And I actually went through a massive City Skylines 1 phase, which is when I recorded all that Audrey Island stuff. And like pretty much finished it, and then I was like, ooh, better get back into City Skylines 2. And then that's when I haven't gone back. So I also go in waves. Silly $20. Alright, we'll do this in stages. But I had to go like really close because I did need for it to align up, you know? That's like half the issue. So you'll even watch. There's probably like an easy way of doing this, but call me crazy. Yeah, a lot of people are still playing. Well, it's because now it's got like a nostalgic charm to it, doesn't it? Which is kind of funny. Oh no! Phew. Got him back. Well, that was close, wasn't it? And how close are we over here? Oh, pretty much bang on the money. That's fine in my books. And if I just raise him up. Maybe to like that. And I'm pretty sure he's like a slightly different color as well. So let's maybe repaint that before I get too stuck into it all. Although he just looks like he's white. Alright, let's just do a little painteroo. Shall we? Just throwing it out there, but I think this San Andros series might make us rethink the epicness of Oceania. Yeah, mate. I will appreciate that. You should see the next build's pretty crazy. Like I can't show you anything to do with the downtown because I've completely wiped it clean. So yeah, just prepare yourself for that. Big, like, massive changes. But I will also say, as someone who has played a bit more City Skylines 1 lately, I think we are also looking at it with rose-tinted glasses, because it is not all peachy. You know? Like, with nostalgic eyes. I don't know if that's always the case. Alright, I made a little bit of a mistake here. I actually need to align him up, and I've kind of... It's hard to explain, but I should have done some aligning before I dragged him over. This is now going to be really fiddly to get them all together. That little, like, shine off the trains is very nice, isn't it? QZ, my friend, thank you for the donation. Show you. Oh, don't. You can't donate and then... Alright, you know what? I will. I'll show you like a little tiny weeny bit, alright? But I don't want to give you too many spoilers because, you know, that'll like spoil the next episode. But I will show you, alright? Just give me like a little tiny second over here, and then I'm gonna give you like the tiniest of peaks. But QZ, thanks my friend, I really appreciate it. Now, you guys chime in if you like. I'll hopefully get to the comments, but I'm just like, this is so willy-nilly, so like don't get too like maybe just like let me know. Like I sort of feel like I want to align him here, but this like angle's kind of putting me off. Maybe that would be on its own, have its own catenary network. So maybe if I go like here, or maybe if I do one here. Yeah, you know what? This is just gonna be like whatever. Yeah, everyone can say thanks for the donation for QZ, because I'm gonna give you all a little spoiler. But if you don't want a spoiler, just look away for like 2 seconds. I'm not giving you much either, so don't get too. This is like a preview. All right, we'll figure this out in a second. All right, turn your heads if you don't want to see what the next episode's about. But I'm not showing you much. All right, so just keep it. Keep your excitement to a minimal. All right. Just like, what can I show you without giving too much away? I'm just gonna do it. No, because then you can. All right. There's like a little thing over here. I'm gonna show you the train station. Do you want to see the main station? Here it is. Look at this. This is what Central is going to look like. All right. But that's it. That's what you're getting. That's Central. And this little nice thing. There's like crazy infrastructure going on. It's like massive changes. But that's it. All right. Next episode. QZ again. Thank you. I'm still working on the actual buildings, but then just like the planning stage always takes probably the hardest. Is like the hardest thing. Are you still doing art? I remember forever ago that was a pretty big part of your life. I was wondering if you still were into drawing / painting, cityscapes, and if you had somewhere you posted it. Wow, yeah, that is forever ago. Look, I don't do as much as I used to. I do most of my visual arts for work, which is fun. But in terms of like my personal life, no, not really. The channel kind of took definitely like scratched that itch, you know. And then also having kids, you don't have as much free time up your hands. On your sleeve. Up your sleeve? Something like that. One of those sayings. Yeah, my free time is definitely not what it used to be. So when I'm not making videos, I'm usually, I don't know, playing a game or something. Not a video game. So many bridges. Yeah, there's gonna be heaps of bridges. Oops. But yeah, I can't give too much away, otherwise it'd be too many spoilers. Gotta wait. And that was a pretty big spoiler. But yeah, we'll be detailing downtown. At the moment, it's like layout, and then I'm gonna get some good, some big buildings to like really like form that iconic downtown, and then I'll start detailing. That could be like there. And this is, I don't know, a little small guy. So I might actually put him. Hey, if there's any train guys in the chat, you just tell me where things are going a little bit haywire. All right. These guys are like swapping. They're trading catenaries, which I'm sure is fine, right? You should make You should make an art scene somewhere in downtown. Well, funny you say that. I have actually been working on some graffiti that's going to be somewhere around there. Like graffiti of like iconic places around San Andros, which is pretty fun. But it's only like a little bit of my own art. Because again, I don't have much free time. Alright, do we have a problem with this? Do you see what's going on here? Is this one of those non-pleasing things that, you know, that like might just like irk people a little bit? You tell me. It's kind of, it might be irking me. No, actually, don't even answer that question. It's, I don't like it. So, you can just, don't worry about it. We'll move him. But yeah, I've got this idea. I haven't finished it yet, but I've got an idea of doing some, like a big mural out the front of the central station. That'll be of like some of the iconic places within the city. Like a bit of a mural. Good morning, good morning. Yeah, we've got some great buildings for Chinatown. Like, that's going to be a really fun area to do. So I gotta really remember to dedicate a spot for that. Alright, we'll go back to that old one. There he is. Okay, that's a little bit better. And I'll probably just continue that similar motion. Get these guys up. I should add an old train line with no catenaries that only old trains run on. Yeah, well, I'm actually thinking of doing that for the, like, I'll remove, it won't be an old train line, but it'll be for, like, the diesel engines that are just running on the cargo line. I'll show you that in just a moment. Now, I won't do too much of this because I don't know how interesting it is. But again, I invite anyone who knows a thing or two about like a train yard like this just to like chime in, because I do want to detail this up. I feel like it's already fairly detailed, but if there's things that I need, you have to chime in. Otherwise, this might be as good as it gets. Okay. And look, I feel like my frame rate's like coming back. The stuttering seems to has dispersed a little bit. I actually think it was probably just the cars readjusting to what I just put them through. Might have just do like a long one here. No, this is where it gets a bit complicated because they go on an angle. Which actually might be kind of fun to see a bit of an angle. So maybe I might do a long guy here. Yeah, I'll do a long guy here. Just like whatever. I'm sure that happens in real life, right? And then then they'll go on like an angle, which I think might be kind of nice to see like a bit of difference. You know? Can you tell me which prop you're using for ground surface for the rail yard? I don't know, mate. It's, can I get it? I don't think I can actually select those networks, so I actually don't know what they are. I know that the surface itself is the small pebbles. And I think I'm using like variations of that. You've watched me for about 3 years and you've started new series a lot. Is it because you lose motivation for those series or other things? No, it's not the motivation. It's This game has changed a lot over the last 2 years. So what happens is, so I've started like way more new series since City Skylines 2 has been released. Whereas like other times for City Skylines 1, I'd like do a series for like 3 years, you know, sometimes even longer. But for City Skylines 2, it changes like constantly. So a lot of the times, so I've actually been, I probably didn't like communicate this very well, but I'd planned to do shorter series. Like, you know, my European one was scrapped early because, I mean, that was meant to go for a bit longer, but the game just changed so much that a lot of the things that I was doing with that series just like didn't work anymore. And in fact, I think you guys might, if you were watching that series, it was like crashing like crazy. And I think that was because I was, I think I'd like messed up the map when I made it. So things like that. It also just changes so much. So a lot of the places that I was building, you know, back when the game was first released, look how tall this one is, I don't know what happened there, was just like completely outdated. Whereas like when playing City Skylines 1, like that didn't really happen because it just changed so rapidly. But just keep in mind, like, Oceania was a City Skylines 1 that I left. But I mean, we built like 3 towns. The city was practically complete. And we are talking about building cities here. This is, you could literally do it for forever. But what I will say is that this series I plan to do, like, I don't have any plans to stop it. And I feel like the game won't change dramatically until Paradox Mods has assets, you know, when people start making things. And then I can see a time where maybe like the things down here are probably like less, like they're really dated and like, I don't know, let's say they release a great map editor and then I go, whoa, geez, I'm going to change the map then. So, yeah, to answer your question, I think the game's just changed so much that like it changes makes me more inspired to do something else that I couldn't do before. At least that's what's happened with other things. The European series is dead? Well, I don't really plan to go back to it. The reality is, it takes so long. It takes about 4 days to make a video. Like, so I kind of have to pick the ones that I focus on, you know. Like, I think it takes longer than people actually realize. And I only have 2 days to make videos. So, I am definitely like squeezing in, you know, as much as I can. Oh dear, look at all those props down there. That's gonna be a little bit annoying. You should add a decommissioned part of the yards that was a hump yard. Hump yards were old ways of sorting trains. It can just be an offshoot of the existing yard. You should check it out. I'm already there. So over, I think maybe over here. That's what I think this is. What'd you call it was? A hump yard? I think I've got parts of that which are like hump yards. I might not have, I didn't know what that term was, but that could be it, maybe. But yeah, like a plan for this to be abandoned, this would be full of like containers and stuff, like reused in that space. There could be areas around here that could be abandoned as well, just like disused. But yeah, you're right, like these places have got like tons of unused areas. I really wish I had lined this up earlier. Paradox Mods feels like a numbers play to juice the number of active users for quarterly earning reports. Yeah, maybe. I mean, I personally, the Steam Workshop wasn't great. And I know that like, if you were someone making assets and releasing mods, it was especially not great. So Paradox mods could actually be, I don't know, I feel like it kind of makes sense for them to put it all onto their own thing, especially because like mods is such a big part of City Skylines. So I'm actually like not really opposed to Paradox mods. That being said though, it'd be nice if it if it was finished. You know, like, that's not great. But the Steam Workshop was clunky. It was like had a really bad downvoting system. I felt like it was slow on my end. Like it wasn't great. But it could have some kind of old train museum that's open for visitors. That would be really cool. Would it be around here though? I feel like that could be something maybe like in the downtown. Oh, this is so painful. But worth it. Right? Oh, where is that one? Come on, where are you? Almost got him. I don't know. What are your thoughts on Paradox mods? I'm curious because I know that like not everyone's keen on it. Hey, Richard Starks. Thanks, buddy. Thanks for joining. What time is it in Japan? I always feel like you guys are on like a... No, it would be similar. I was going to say it's similar to Australia, but no, it's totally not similar. Maybe more similar than Europe and America. Actually, what time is it in America at the moment? Because I scheduled this for 10 o'clock. I was like, okay, this is probably good timing if you're a US citizen, but I don't know. I mean, most of my audience is from the US, which is kind of interesting. Just clean these up. 9:30 a.m. That's pretty close. That's pretty close. Steamtown in Scranton. I mean, it'd be great if we had some steam trains. Can you imagine some steam trains in this? That's the thing. This, like, I see so much potential. Like, so just hear me out. So I just did a whole spiel about, you know, leaving series and all that and how much the game changes. Like, just think about the next asset pack, or think about when Bridges and Ports is released. I've sort of like set this series up so that could be easily like combined with this. Like, I haven't done I've done a little bit of work on some of the bridges, but you know, this series is very much focused on a lot of waterways, and I can see how those drawbridges are going to be so great for this series. But if they were to release something that was heavily focused on something that had nothing to do with, like, you know, an East Coast American city, you know, like if they release I don't know, if they released a whole bunch of things that was, I can't even think off the top of my head, that had nothing to do with this. Then I'd be like, oh man, I really want to do something that's using those assets. That's what I mean. The game is like, just changes so much. Those other series that I've done in City Skylines 1 were like easily adapted for some of those other things. All right, that looking pretty good. Tuning in from Jersey City, mate. I feel like I'm constantly flying around Jersey City. My iPad's like, my Google Earth is like locked on Jersey City. I've got like fond memories of, I didn't visit Jersey City when I went to New York, but we drove through it in an Uber. And I remember just like going like, wow, this is cool. Just because it's got all that old industry, and that is my jam. I love old industry. All right, should we move on from canneries? Be honest. Have you had enough of canneries? Uh-oh, these guys are stuck here. You get out of here, guys. Come on. I think it's too tight. Oh, but I really don't like these guys. But that's like the perfect thing. Signing off from Edinburgh. Hey buddy, thanks for joining in. Appreciate it. Oh, Tygon! Oh, it's Tygon, my friend. Okay. You should leave, but thank you for joining. You would have been the perfect person. Guys, all this is possible because of Tygon. It's cool how they use old right-of-way and streets running. I don't know what that means. What does it mean? Old industrial town like Detroit, Cleveland. Yeah, those places. Like Detroit was my first love. My first love of an American city. That was like, I don't know. Some people who've been watching the show for ages will probably remember. Like I was like, that was going to be my next series, and then something changed. Then I did something different. I think I might have done Oceania instead, but I'd been like planning to do a Detroit inspired build for ages. But like looking back at it, I don't think it'd make for a very good series because there's so much abandonment. I don't think that would be that interesting for a lot of people. Like, it'd be interesting for me, but I don't think other people would find that interesting. Alright, these categories are going to take forever. I think we might need to move on. Otherwise, we'll be here all day and you're just going to watch me drag them out. But, I mean, it makes such a big difference. Oh, I was like, why is everything paused? Because I had it on pause. City Planner said that rails don't work if there's 3 or more combining into one. Okay, well, I trust that guy. I'm just going to quickly save it. Let's see if there's any good. There's no spoilers there. Let's just call this one. Always a little bit nervous when I press save. I've had some bad experiences. I'm going to drag these guys out because I do want to remove those. That's going to bother me. Look at that. That's actually... There's a bit of craziness going on there. Alright, that's a little bit better. I'm going to leave it on pause for a little bit of time because I am starting to lose a bit of money. 3... Well, actually, thinking about that now, I don't think it really matters because... I actually don't think most of these tracks are even going to get any usage here. Still can't get rid of them. What about if I... What is that? Is that 1? Yeah. Maybe I'll just remove it like this. Oh, this game is like... built on sand. I am so nervous that like something's just gonna suddenly fall to pieces. Come on. You can do it, my friend. Oh, Tygan, you're still here, my friend. You should probably go to bed, but I'm not gonna hold you hostage. For those multi-track spanning catenary systems, you may want to look on Sully's Discord for the one Harbor Master Jedi did save a lot of time. Okay, cool. The CPP thing was actually Bisquicklehausen. He would say that. Yeah. Jay's all things trains. I've ruined something there. Oh. Look, that's fine. This is not, but I reckon it's just a matter of doing a bit of that. And that's fine. Tygon, go to bed. Everyone say goodnight, Tygon. I'm all for your 8 hours of sleep, even though you're probably not going to get it now. Say goodnight, Tygon. Thanks for the train assets. Maybe? Maybe... I need to probably go a little bit smaller. Bloop. Before you can all say, that's too close to the train tracks. I think I'm just going to do it anyway. Just like some close bushes, you know? Just like right there. Just to kind of make it not look as awkward. I might just do a little, just like a couple of little ones. What do the dead ones look like? Yeah, probably not right. Not right. Why has the population dropped so drastically? Because I removed everyone. I evicted the whole city. You'll see it next episode. Jay's all things boats. Is he? Tuning in from Italy. Big fan. I love your content. It's 2 a.m. right now. I had to tune in for this live. You should build something Italian related. Hey, thanks, buddy. Really, really appreciate it. But we're all for a good night's sleep. Okay? Like, that is... I'm all for trains, but I'm also all for a good night's sleep. So tune in for a bit. And then go get some sleep. But thanks, buddy. Hey, Kyle Henning, my friends. Have you thought of maybe adding a roundhouse? I have. I really have. But I don't even know how to do that. And plus, you don't, like, obviously we could do it as like a disused one, or maybe one turned into a museum, but I mean, it just wouldn't get any usage. That's the only thing. You feel like movie needs to be updated? Yeah, probably. I think there's a lot of work to go into Move It. So I sort of understand why it's taken so long. One more here. I'll save it. Let's save it. Let's do some of this stuff over here. I think I'm putting it off because I actually feel like I'm out of my depths. So I'm just gonna zoom out for a bit. We'll press play. And like, I can do the ground decals and like figure out that, but I don't know, like what am I gonna stick around here? Probably some access roads, right? Like that, we need access roads. Probably. So that they can like get in there and, you know, do all their maintenance. Ignore the roads, alright guys? Like the roads are a total mess. I'm currently working on an episode where we fix that up. Let's start with some roads. This is terrible. Alright, whatever. So I think coming from here, we go... Maybe I might start with an alley. And I can always cover him up. The vanilla alleys are just fine. Let's center him a little bit more, huh? We're not animals. Fine, centered. We'll do that. I was trying to be creative, but it's fine. And I probably have, to answer that person's question about having like disused lines around here, I probably have too many train lines. So I could probably get rid of a bunch of them. Oh, and also, I think I'll have like, maybe like one side of it's dedicated to maybe the train network that like, it's not just like Amtrak, but maybe there's like a train line that also just operates within St. Andros. So not just like doing, not just doing long distance. You know what I mean? Because I feel like these guys are for long distance, and then over here can be for other trains. I know we have this guy poking through, clearly for cargo, but it could be kind of fun to do something like these guys. I think it's a bit weird that they're all mixed in. Is it weird that they're mixed in? Hey, thanks, Cameron. Thanks for still tuning in. It's late, I know. I'm actually thinking, somebody actually commented before, and I was like, you know what would be fun to do if I just got up really early. And we called it the European stream. But not just European. But I could totally do like a super early stream. Couple of little things like this. Whoop, careful. Don't want to make any crossings if I don't need to. Hey, Doohickey, thank you so much for becoming a member, buddy. Appreciate it. Really, really, really appreciate it. There's a, the next episode is actually going to be up for members in like 2 days. Less. So, good timing. Good timing. But Doohickey, thanks, buddy. It's not super weird. They should have dedicated... But they should have dedicated bays and stuff. Yeah, I think so too. Like, I'm trying really hard not to go too... Like, to get too hung up on it, you know? Because I can so easily just get hung up on these things. But I'm sort of imagining this is going to be dedicated for Amtrak, or our version of Amtrak. I don't know if we call it something different. I don't know why I get obsessed with that stuff. And then this could be, I reckon, for our own passenger service around the city. And I don't know, cargo just gets thrown into the mix somewhere. I don't really know about those guys. Now I actually don't mind. So I've kind of got like a base color texture down here at the moment, and I totally don't mind that. Especially because it kind of gives like a bit of a coating to the rest of the train line, and also this road, which I don't want it to be like clean. Let's just do a bit of that. And in fact, I might even get concrete, like pavement. Where's my pavement at? And I'm just gonna go. Let's just pavement. Let's just do a bit of a pavement. Something like this, 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 and this. Put it on pause, you doofus. You're gonna bleed money. Oh, it doesn't go on top. Interesting. Well, that's a bit of a... Oh, it doesn't matter. I guess it doesn't. But I don't like that. Alright. Not pavement. There is a surface that the pebbles can go on top of. That's the tricky thing with this. Is like sometimes you get surfaces that work well with that, and then other times you don't. On top. On top. Where are you? I know you're in here somewhere. Does anyone know off the top of their head? What about SAS track? St. Andros track. Yeah, I like your thinking. I like your thinking, but I don't know if it rolls off the tongue. Like, it's not dedicated just to St. Andros. I feel like it probably needs to, I don't know, almost connects to other places. Other series. Top. Base. Did I try this one? Not it. Places on top of assets. That's probably not going to be this one then. Alright. Maybe I'll just... I think what I'll do is I will use that one, but I will... Maybe like draw... I might do some stuff over the top of it. Let's just experiment with this. You know what? If it goes on top of the train tracks, I wouldn't mind that either. Where is it? Wish you could just press enter and then it did it. But no. It does go on top of the train tracks. I don't know, chat. I'm sort of thinking that I might make this pavement. Hear me out. What if we did this? Just as like a bit of a different thing. Now it's pretty bright, but I'm gonna dirty him up. Too many street lights? Absolutely. Look at that. I hear. Let's get rid of them. I want all of them gone. Gone. Didn't I select the one that gets rid of every single... Alright, fine. Too many streetlights. You know what? No, you know what would be really painful is if something was to change, like with Better Bulldozer or something, and I loaded in, didn't realize, saved it, and then all of a sudden, all this hard work is we're just back to square one. That would be painful. Just a random rock. And I think that's okay. Is there a shadow over the top of us? Can you get out of there, please? We'll just have no clouds, thanks. Hey, we're almost at 220 people watching. That's a golden number. If we get 220 people watching, I end the stream. That's how it works. Rules are rules. Alright, come on. Just need some like big chunky decals just to like chuck it on top. Just like this. Best not to get too hung up on it. You just go for it. And then we need some probably get some skiddies on. Let's see, where are my skid marks at? We get some stains. Probably need some dirt now. I really wish I could just put a little layer of dirt on top, you know? Just a little tiny. Hello from France. Hello from Australia. Thanks for watching, buddy. SAL, St. Andros Loop. That is actually quite nice. That is actually quite good. I like that. That wouldn't be the Amtrak though. That would be something entirely different. That would be whatever train service we have just doing around here. These guys are like outside connection, and then we have... like, this guy shouldn't be here. It should be a different looking train. Or I'm just gonna say something. I've obviously got the metro in the city, but I'm thinking about, because Tygon does also have, it does also have like train, why am I trying to explain this to you? I should just show you. So chat, what do you think about this? I'm thinking about not using the subway version of the stations. So rather than using this guy with the yellow track in between, which is, I like it. Okay, I'm a fan of the yellow, but I think for this series, because we're taking more inspiration from like New York and stuff, I reckon we could potentially go for a train track that looks like this. Essentially the same building, the actual track itself is different. This is what I'm thinking. Thoughts? Opinions? I get it, VOD. I should build a railway and ferry terminal. Yeah, like Hoboken, not Toboken. 100%. But we got no ferries. That's my issue there. I mean, I could fake it with some of the what's we call it? The cruise ships. I think I mentioned this in the video, but can you imagine how cool cruise ships would be if we actually had people jump off the boat, a whole bunch of tourists. We set up all the things around it so that, you know, they could go visit various locations, and you just get like a giant influx of people, and they stay for 3 days and then they leave. Or people within the city go on a cruise. Can you imagine that? Do you know how good that would be? There's like just so much potential with this. That's what I'm saying. There's like, ugh. The potential for this game is like crazy. I do wonder if there's gonna be like other, I don't know. Like I've seen that there's a couple of like other games that are coming out that are also city builders. I'm like, ooh, okay, all right. There's a lot of potential in the genre. I wish I was a game developer. Bizman. The things I'd add. Yeah, I mean, I could totally see that poop. Great name, by the way. I could totally see that as a DLC. Can't you? Like, just like a tourism DLC. Alright, chat, I think you can tell I'm not like a huge fan of what I'm doing down here. I'm just like, I can't figure it out. I might add some props, but I need like something. Unfortunately, this is just like on top of everything, but it just doesn't look right. So I'm going to get some other bits and pieces down here. And I'm going to go back to some old habits and just grab some containers. We just be like, this is where containers go. But I will let you guys be in charge, as well as me. We will figure out, I am going to drag out some of the trains here as just like props. And that'll be like the train system that is like operating within St. Andros. As like the passenger service. Or not. Maybe not here. I know I keep on flip-flopping, but I'm still trying to figure out whether or not I have like a train service operating within the city, or whether or not it's just, maybe it's like a subway. Do I have a Discord server? I do, but I'm not very active on there. And when I say not very active, I'm never on there. So you're more than welcome to join, but it's pretty quiet. But I've been meaning to maybe rekindle that a little bit, but then I feel like I'm a little bit too stretched with platforms. That's kind of why I stopped there in the first place. Have you ever seen the Martin Luther King busway in Pittsburgh? I don't think I have. It's a highway-like busway that occupies an old railway right of way. That's pretty cool. I think there's a similar thing in Brisbane. The rail yard needs more dust. Concrete is way too clean. 1000%, my friend. I don't know how to... What am I doing with these? That's probably... too much. Yeah, I agree. It is way too clean. I think I'm going to get rid of the concrete and try a different thing. I like the fact that it goes over the top of the train line. But I don't, it's not the right one. So I need like a, I don't know. How does this one go? Yeah, not quite that either. I mean, now I kind of don't mind that. SAR, St. Andros Rail. I like that one too. I think I'm still liking SAL. SAL. What was it again? St. Andros Loop. It's got like a nice little ring to it. Thinking. Like maybe, or it could be this, vanilla asphalt. That's probably not the right one. It's weird, the decals got hidden. That's weird. Oh, we hit 220. Time to leave the stream. Also a smooth transition from dirt. Yes, I agree. We'll do that. I promise. I will put the pavement over the line themselves, then around that have the new texture. Okay, let's try that. I might go. Like, I don't know. What was this one again? Let's just see what this looks like. I kind of like that there's a fence here. That kind of makes sense to me. Actually, let's just. I'm just gonna have a little try at this, and then enter. That's what I want to be able to do. Press enter, and then it completes that. I'm gonna mix them up a little bit. And okay, I think the roads are bothering me. So I actually think maybe I just get rid of that surface that's here instead. Like, it doesn't actually have to be there, does it? I still don't like that road poking through. Maybe we'll just get rid of the roads. Like, I don't know why they're there in the first place. Maybe I need to go back to pavement. Pavement. I'm just getting there. Are we getting too hung up on the details? Is that what we're doing here? St. Andros Metropolitan People Moving System, SAMPS. Geez, that's a mouthful. But do we go with a mouthful? I'm not opposed to just making it too complicated, you know? Like, is that kind of like an inside joke where we just have like the biggest mouthful of what the network is? But I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll get the pavement down, the surface down. I reckon give me like 5 minutes max, maybe less, and then we start dragging out some of the trains. And I reckon we'll possibly do the rest of it. New Zealand shock. Thanks, bud. I mean, it's getting there. It's getting there. There's like a few things that we need to still do that I think will elevate it. But at the moment, it's a bit of a work in progress. Now, what do I add down here? What do they look like? Maybe like a couple of fences? get a couple little fences down. More just to... There's like a little bit of... Jeez, that's a wonky fence. That's alright. Maybe someone ran into it and it's a bit wonky now. St. Andros, grey and good rail sack. I still feel like Sal might be one of my favorites. Hey, where's that node? Found ya. And then these guys are just randomly in the middle there. Don't want to accidentally delete my surface. There we go. And they're kind of like little lots, you know? Just kind of gives a bit of a border to that. Now, let's have a quick chat because I'm still trying to figure out something. Like, how many different train systems are we going to have in the city? A few parking spots, of course. We'll do that. Just going to sneeze. Alright. Something to think about. I'll like... So we got the subway. We got Amtrak, which is potentially Sal, although maybe that's gonna be the subway. Maybe I don't know. Do we have another train passenger service that's running and connecting? No, I reckon I might make this subway. It's like Subway, but it's not. Or maybe we make this cargo. Like, is this maybe like cargo? Or is this cargo? Oh, I'm so confused. I don't know what to dedicate these to. I'm still trying to figure out my train network. I know I'm definitely gonna have a subway, but I just don't know if I'm going to dedicate the train network to the subway network, or if that just needs its own rail yard. It's tricky. Hey Doohickey, thanks for joining, buddy, and I really appreciate you becoming a member. East Link, I do like that too. I mean, we've already got this dedicated to Amtrak or whatever it is. Even though we've got the catenaries up here, and they do not need the catenaries, it's still there. Because I actually think the subway is going to look like this, and I might just I'll just use the network that doesn't have the catenaries. An intercity service. Yeah, I mean, maybe we just have like a bunch of different services. You know what? Let's just do that. Let's do that. So that means St. Andros is going to have Amtrak, or whatever we're going to call it. I don't think it's going to be called Sal. I think Amtrak is going to be called something completely different, but that'll be connecting up towns and all that. And then we'll have a subway, and that could be called Sal. And then we have like a limited passenger service. Right? 3. You can't see my fingers. 3. Is that what we're doing? I mean, more trains merrier, right? Maybe. I'm gonna place a couple of lines down here. I don't think any will have any trains pop through. I don't know. We'll see. But someone did say that I need to be careful about the way I drag out these, because if I drag out some of the ones that are... Oh no, I think I need to get a mod, don't I? I'll stuff it. Let's just do the fine ones. Don't worry. Ignore what I was saying. So we got a few to choose from. Let's quickly save it. United St. Andros Intercity Track-Based Transportation Authority. And how would you say that? USATA. USATA. Jeez. But yeah, that's like that's the sort of acronym we need. Just like a stupid. It sounds ridiculous when you say it out loud, and it's more ridiculous if you want to put it all together. SASAT, St. Andros Satellite Transit, for the broader metro line. I am I'm thinking. Now I'm just trying to like think about what this would actually look like. I want it to be somewhat different to. So I don't want to use that one, but that's the. So what's the diesel one? So this is diesel. So what exactly uses the cannery? Because at the moment, I don't think anything has canneries. This one doesn't have any canneries. I think he's meant to have canneries, but he doesn't. Oh, that's... I mean, I'm saying the wrong thing here, but you know what I'm trying to say. He's looking pretty sleek, isn't he? Yeah, so that's... What's this? That's different to this one, isn't it? So this is what I'm thinking for this service. Like a sleek little passenger service. Like that. And I think he does... Oh, look at that. Double deck. Well, that's pretty nice, isn't it? Oh, we got some others. Light rail, light rail. I think that's what this guy is. Yeah. That's the subway. Trams. Freight. Alright. So chat, this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking maybe like this. And this is the one that does the loop throughout the greater region of the city, you know? Yeah, so this would be like a bit of a loop. And there could be something like, I don't know, 4, 5 stations? Like this could potentially go out to this could go out to Pubella. And then we go for this. Let's just see what this looks like. Like how realistic is this? Does he have a tail end? You know, like a does he go back to this? Well, you know, like do we do something like this? And there's 2 in there. We just connect him up. Pretty good. See on his tracks, pretty much. And that's like pretty snug. Oh, that's lower. Just subtly lower. What's going on here? Oh, come on. I didn't even notice that. Alright, don't even look. Oh, look at the height difference. Oh, that is so terrible. That makes me so sad. How did that even happen? That is so sad. I just read someone say 7 cars is accurate. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then a 7th? Is 7 cars accurate? Hey QZ, welcome back from dinner. If I'm looking for graffiti for the work to go on the side of these, yes I am. El Gendo has one that works and all of mine. Oh, Oh, excuse me. Well, fantastic. Mate, I'm grabbing that. Thanks for doing that. These types usually go back and forth along one line. That's true. So maybe not double-ended. Does that look weird? Or should we just grab one more? Just do a little soup. Now, how much of a... And be honest. Be really honest with me here. How much of a deal is it that this is not flat? I hate the fact that you can't tell. Like, you can't tell these things until you go, like, on certain angles. I'm gonna say, I feel like... Well, I could go... I now I regret removing that one. I feel like I want to fix him up, but I also just can't be bothered. So I think I'm just gonna leave it. Like, how often are we gonna get, like, from here you can't tell, you can't tell, you can't tell, you can't tell, still can't even really tell, now you can tell. That's a absolute bummer. How about if I just drag him forward? He can just be right there. And then paint scheme. Colors, what do we do? Awesome puppy. 6 is also good. Of course they own the path, but for a very specific reason that makes no sense of the context. Generally, I'm not really quite sure. I think I might be talking about something there. I'm gonna leave it. Extend the garage a bit. I'm just nervous about touching this garage because it's finicky. I'm gonna drop a few more. I'm gonna cover up this. And he can be like partially in the garage. So do him here. This is like got this guy in here. I'm not sure if he's gonna like reverse out. Kind of want to put this one along here, you know, but I think you know what I've done? I reckon this is in the wrong spot. So I'm actually going to drag that out because these guys need to park. I thought you guys are train people. How come no one called me out on this? How about we do this? And that's it. I'm really joking. I didn't even realize. But that's probably not a good spot because there's meant to be trains running around along here. So I don't think they'd probably want to have that there. I mean, you're probably going to tell me that this is not a good spot either, which you're probably right. He can go like so. I mean, the layout's probably a bit wonky, right? I want more. I kind of want a few more around here, but this is probably not right. But this is like not the right size. So you wouldn't see this size because there could be nothing parked there, right? Pretty sure. And colors, what do we go? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll just drag out as much as I can and then might remove some. Still kind of want a bit more. Kind of want to see this nice and crowded, but I suppose it's fine. that. There's a double guy there. Yep. Double guy there. So I'm going for a shorter train. I think these should be about 7, but just like for scale, it's almost like things are at a slightly smaller scale, just so it doesn't look out of proportion. There we got 6, and we got 7. And that's fine. I still feel like I can fit one more, but I'm not really quite sure whereabouts. Also, I need to figure out the color of these things. Go double-ended. Should we go double-ended? Thoughts, feelings, emotions, opinions? I agree, it does look a bit strange. Like, I think I might drag another one just here. Even though I guess he's technically blocking this. Like, maybe he's parked there for a reason. I don't know. Let's just see what it looks like. Like, more crowded the better. That's if it fits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Although he's probably going to reverse out for some reason. And I'm going to press play in a moment. I'm interested to see... Because what I don't want to see is I don't want to see any trains clipping. So what I actually might do is I might disconnect some of the lines around here. We'll save him and then we'll press play. I've got like a million saves. Yeah, good, double-ended. I'm glad you all agree. The diesel passenger train, though, would probably be fine single-ended. Yeah, I think that works. I think he works. Yeah, I mean, just having that down there makes such a big difference. I almost don't even mind some of the colors. Like, the surface is probably alright. What if there was an underground entrance to the garage just to make things more complicated? I suppose I could do that. It makes me nervous. I'm like, I don't want to touch this thing because I feel like it's hanging by a thread. I feel like I could look at it badly and it's going to crash and die. Yeah, I really want assets to be added too. I'm desperate. We're back to crawling. Look at my traffic. Something's going on behind the scenes. I forgot one. I did, didn't I? Good spotting. I don't know what these guys are doing here. I haven't asked for you guys to be there. Oh, you're just doing the rounds. Okay, I get it. He's going from outside connection to another outside connection. Oh, jeez. I'm just gonna live with it, to be honest. I think it's a detail. I think it's gonna be more work than it's worth. And look, they're the Amtraks that are doing the outside connections to that new central station, but just not transporting very many people. They're double-ended. As far as I know, I can't change that. I think they're kind of stuck like that. Yeah, ignore the terrain. It's like what can we do? Well, I know we could fix it, but that sounds daunting. daunting because I think that is honestly hanging on by a thread. But I do think we could get a couple of bits and pieces here. We need like just piles. I know we got piles, but we need proper, like, you know, just like a big chunk of crates and stuff all in a big line. Because that is a lot of work just to kind of go beep, 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 beep. That's why those shipping containers are so great. Just like a couple of random bits and pieces. Like, so I might do some piles. I just said that. I mean, like piles of like rubble. I think I've got a couple over here already. Or not. Where are they? Piles. Oh, piles, where are you? Oh, you're a pile. Pile. Or I could have just searched for it. I don't know if I want coal though. I think I want maybe like a... Yeah, I know this says rubbish, but this could be like anything really. Yeah, bit of that. I think there's also decals I can add. Water and fuel tanks. That's a good one. I'll add that too. Where's my... Here they are. Let's do a couple of these. Just a couple of little ones. The decals down here are too much. I've gone too overboard. Got too excited. I'm pretty sure I've got actual piles that are like this. Maybe this. Oh, like bigger. Debris, litter. Need bigger. Oh. Get a couple of skitties. Oh, geez. Pressing some buttons there. A doughy. For the line these trains will run on, how about calling it bullet line? SABL. Yeah, maybe. Is that like a common? Because it's not a bullet train. It's just like a. I mean, I feel like out of all the trains that are running within St. Andros, these are going to be absolutely the most modern. So I am thinking in terms of names. I really like Sal for the Metro. Because it does actually run in a bit of a loop. Well, it will. Eventually. But yeah, I kind of want... We've got a couple of good names, but it'd be fun to have like a crazy... What I want is like a stupidly long name. And that probably works well because this is like a new service, I reckon. So a stupidly long name and then like a stupid sounding acronym. Sorry, I'm giving you guys there's a lot of pressure on that one. Hey, Bust Up Graffiti, welcome. Yes, I am still live. What time is it? 11:30. All right, 30 more minutes max. 30 more minutes. I got a video to record. I said water tanks, right? Are they called water tanks? That's the question. Well, kinda, but not really. Maybe like, I know what you're talking about. Maybe fuel? I hate it when you get all the billboards. Like, no, no, no. No, no, no. That's kind of cool, but I want like the prop version. There's this guy. Pretty sure this guy's a prop. Gotcha. You are. You're a prop. And we could do something like this. I think I've got a small one. I mean, this is probably still not what you'd see. Could this go somewhere like around here? Would that make sense? Big silos to have on the left of the station is... Oh, okay. Well, did I just put it in the right spot without looking at your comment? I'm just going to do those two there. I don't want them to be black. We need a bit of white around here. And that surface is bothering me. What does this look like? See, this looks good when you actually start layering it up. Not that one. And then there's like super dispersed. Too dispersed. Can't even see it. I don't know. Just a bit of something. Semi Murray. I need to be able to pronounce it. That's the other. That is the other thing. San Andros, modern, intercity, and metro railways. That is like so close. Yes. Like, it sounds fancy. And it's almost like it's so like typical of like these companies that like create these like, oh, look at this, we've just created this like brand new so-and-so. And then they give it like some stupid name. And then the acronym is just like, just as stupid. But you are on the right track. Oh, okay. That is like, that is pretty good. Like, it's getting pretty good. Startles. St. Andros regional transport line for intercity service. So far, that is what we're going to go with. So far. Like, just this network. Just these fancy guys. Which need a slightly better color scheme. Oh, just straight up white is nice. What do we go for, like, maybe a bit of, like a reddy, like a bit of a red color? I'm pretty much choosing the red because I'm trying to make it a little bit different to other things we've got around here. Oh, smidge white. Smidge too white. Let's go slightly, a slight off. Not too off, just a slight. And now we can paint him. Oh, tiny. I could go a different color scheme, so please, like, let me know. But at this very moment, I kind of want it to look a little fancy. Not that we even have any of this network established. But kind of nice. Oh, look at this traffic. Jeez. You know what? It's mostly here. It's these little buggers. You're trying to do a U-turn? Get out of here. Get out of here. Just deal with it for now. Guys, just don't worry about it. Saclex. St. Andros cross-country lunar exploration. You almost had me. What about Samim? St. Andros, modern intercity and metro railway. But it's not metro. Oh yeah, okay. So you mean metros in like the metro of the city, not metro as in like the train metro. Samim. I don't want it to like. I want to be able to pronounce it, but I don't want it to roll off the tongue. Yeah. Yeah, should I just roundabout it? Oh look, they've sorted themselves out. Do you see what's going on up here? That's literally just going to be for the rest of this stream, and then it's fixed in the next, like, as I work on the next bit, so I'm not too fussed about it. But I'm pretty stoked about this. It does now need the custom categories, which is going to be such a bugger, but it will for sure be worth it in the end. So I think I'll do custom categories around here. I'm trying to think about where else I need to put them. Probably a lot of spots. I do want to remove that. No, don't do that. Some of these I can remove and some of them I can't. That's fine. I can work with you. Ringo Star. Okay, how does this one go? Regional Integrated Network Global Offices. Alright, I don't think so. Even though I'm a big fan of Ringo Starr. OG voice of Thomas the Tank Engine. That is my, well, the narrator. That's his biggest glory, fame. What am I looking for here? What's the saying? Why can't I think of it right now? Alright, that's okay. These guys, get yourselves out of here. I think Samim. No, Startles. Startles so far. But I can say Startles pretty easily. I almost wanted to sound like a mumble. Pronounceable, but a mumble. St. Andros Metro and Regional Intercity Authority Network. Samaritan. It's pretty good. Samaritan. But it is already a word. Claim to fame, yeah. What is wrong with me? That's what happens when you stream for too long. You like lose your words. Plus I've been standing the whole time. Remind me to like switch to sitting mode next time. I can't do it halfway through a stream. I always think it's a good idea, but it's like, it's a lot. What do we got? We got... Actually, I think I might already like this one. Actually, I think I like this one. Samura. Samura. So I like that. St. Andros Metropolitan and Regional Express Rail. I kind of like that one at the moment, I have to admit. Samura. Like, can you imagine having to say that? Oh, I'm just gonna catch the Samura. 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 I don't usually ask for a mouthful, you know? So far, I think I like that one, I'm gonna be honest. Those rail cars are shiny? Yeah, this is that. These guys are very shiny. Alright, you know what's putting me off? This. I think I'm gonna continue to drag him out. Samura. Samura. I think it's it. I think it's the one. It's dangerous doing a surface so large and complicated. Probably need to... It's only dangerous because you can accidentally just delete it, and I don't want to accidentally delete it. Like something, what is it that we need here? Kind of need, we need a surface. That's what we need. I know it's a bit of death by surface, but trust me. Alright, hear me out. Saloris. St. Andros local and outer city rail integrated service. It's not bad, but Saloris sounds good. But I don't want good. I want dumb and complicated. And a terrible acronym. Starry, again, that sounds nice. Oh, how do you get to work? I just catch the Starry. Sorry, that's too nice. What I'm after. Dumb and complicated. What is this? I think I want that. Well, what I really want is I want more of this. So I might drag out a bit more of that network. It's a net lane. Oh, nailed it. First time. Whoop. And lost it. What's a big one like? Oh, that is a big one. Okay. Bummer. I can work with that. Let's turn off snapping. Let's do a bit of these guys. And a bit of these guys. Anyone's going to hit the net lane limit, it's probably going to be me. Publicly available passenger exclusive rail as St. Andros Intercity Loop invented for the metropolitan area and location. Paper Salmith. Is that how I pronounce that? Nailed it. But yeah, that is like that is the right track. I'm looking forward to introducing that network in a video one day. The funny thing is that we've got that network now, where we actually got the trains there, but the network itself doesn't exist. I think the subway probably needs to come first. And I think I'm going to call that one Sal. So... doopy shoopy doo. And this outer edge, that's gonna be the money maker. This is like the perfect pair, actually. Like, that looks pretty good. Pretty good. Star Wars sounds too nice. Reminds me of Star Wars. Sad train. Set Andros Department of Transport, Railway and International Network. Sad train. Sounds like the name of a movie. Let's do another one along here. Bushes. That's what I need there. Some bushes. Like a little bit of foliage. And maybe a fence. Even though you probably don't need a fence here. It just needs like a little something. I really wish I'll do one of these, but they always disappoint me because you can't really see them. Well, you can kind of see that, but I think when you zoom out, you don't really see it. And I'm pretty sure he's changing color on me, which is just so annoying. You change your color on me? Yep, you did it. Called it. Gotta be the same color, my friend. Just looks a bit odd. They didn't just build a new fence halfway through. It's gotta be the same. Alright, see if we can do it in one foul swoop. Show me potato salad. And he is grey. And this one's different color, but we'll just ignore him. Won't we? Won't we, chat? Oh no, it's not. Same color. Good. Bushes. Little tiny green bushes. I really like the dead ones, but I mean they look awesome from like up close, but they completely disappear. So I'm going to use just some of these because it's almost pointless. And then I'll mix in some alive ones. And we'll go for a couple of these guys. San Andros Railway Department for International Navigation and Regional Transit Expansion. Dinate? Jeez. Well, it's definitely doesn't roll off the tongue. Which is, I guess, what I asked for. A bit higher up. So vibrant. It's just not the... Want some nice old looking bushes. Dark green. Old. Maybe some ferns. That's what we all want. Some ferns around here. Click, 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 click. Are you playing City Skylines 1 and watching me? Great. Yeah, for those of you wondering about Audrey Island, it is so close. I was going to release it this weekend, but I actually was a bit sick this week, so I wasn't able to record it. But it is for sure coming. It is like mostly complete. I just need to put the finishing touches on the end of the build, and then I got to do the commentary, which shouldn't take too long. But yeah, I'm sorry about if you're. I mean, if you are waiting for Audio Island, please let me know, because I never know what my. You know, City Skylines 1. Most people aren't doing City Skylines 1 anymore, but I still think there's a place for it. It is like still really, really great and looks amazing with mods. Not by itself. So I'm almost like a little bit nervous releasing that episode, because I like, you know, I only like releasing one. I mean, I love to release more frequent videos, but I'm only releasing once a week, so I don't really want to like piss people off. They're like, oh, what's this guy's one? What are you doing? Trees, my friends. Look at this. Makes such a big difference. Just wish I could like fill a space with, you know, just like, wish this was easier. While in clicking. And then they practically disappear when I zoom out, which is always a good time. What about here? Kind of like, this is actually really cool. I want to be able to grab that surface. I just don't remember what it is. I think it was something like this. Oh, hope this is it. But it kind of blends into the ground really well. It's like an access road. Like, how nice is that? Frank, you crazy person. Sagan Tapaloma. Send Andros rail grid for automated nationwide transit and passenger access via long-range overland metro architecture. Well, that's just wonderful. Here, like another fence. I know it's probably like not super realistic, but I do like a fence. What happens if I do this? Like, would they join? I don't know if they would, but let's just have a little, like this. This is like a little road. Okay. Not bad. Not bad. I could work with that. I think I'm breaking my own rules here, though, by going in the middle of this. Aren't I? I'm breaking my own rule. Trees are like facial hair. That is so true, man. Trees are the facial hair of City Skylines. And also containers. Containers also make a giant difference. I'm gonna go back to this. Just to kind of like, since as I am like gonna continue that same texture, I think I'll probably do this. But I think I also might, well, before I commit to that, I'm just gonna save it because I'm gonna try something and I don't know if it's going to be a good idea. Stretch. 10 more minutes, my friends. And then I'm going to record the next episode. Put the finishing touches on it. It'll be out next week, I'm afraid. It's, I didn't quite get it done in time. And I like to post at the same time every week. So I will, it'll be a little late, so I'm sorry. Now, what am I looking for here? I think I'm looking for sidewalk. No, that didn't go. Let's just have an experiment. Interesting. Interesting. Is that what I want? Definitely don't want all these decals. I think I've gone a little hectic with the decals. Didn't I? I'm still reading all your things. I think I've chosen my one. I think I've chosen. I've already forgotten the name of it, which is the perfect sign for a name, an acronym. Do I? I'm still... I guess it's fine. It's fine, isn't it? It's fine. I don't need to change. It's so subtle. You don't even notice it. Look at that. He's just down there. You can't even tell. Solid, yeah, I can't get rid of that. That is, he's stuck there. I'm pretty sure that is like a prop. See? Look at that. Can't stop it. That is just the way he is. It's the way he's built. We just have to accept that. I think that's probably... That's like the bulk of it. Just need some like custom catenaries, which I won't bore you with. I'll probably do that off screen. Like, what else? If I was going to add like a bulk of something, what would it be? Like, obviously I don't like what's going on between here, but I almost could just fill that gap with something. Probably access roads. That's what we need. I did already drag something, didn't I? It's a pretend one. I might try this. What does the small pebbles look like? I think I can kind of combine them too. Or if this doesn't look good, it's not gonna be good. It's not gonna be good because he's gonna be stuck there. Oh, he's alright. I don't mind that. And I might do... This guy can go through here, up around there. It's not like super realistic. I would like to get some more parked freight here, but I don't really know what else to put him there. Gravel piles is a good idea. Gravel piles. I'm also looking for things that like change, that just change the color, you know, because I don't want to have like, oh, jeez. Jeez Louise. That's the one. That would be probably something different. Actually, now I don't know where to put the gravel piles. Well, I could do a couple of little gravel piles here. Couple more piles. Whoop! So I go too far out. I could put some small platforms. That would be a pretty interesting. Well, I think that this is going to be dedicated more for Amtrak. And then I'll also do some cargo here too. I mean, there's already cargo sitting here, which is so fine. I probably just need it like subtle decals, but not to go too hectic. That's interesting. So we're not going too hectic. I like that they kind of cut off a little bit. I'm not being sarcastic. That's pretty good, actually. Just kind of mix him in. There's like a fine line with decals. It's like you want to do enough so it roughs it up, but you don't want to go too much because then it just looks like a bunch of decals. Do you know what I mean? That's like a bad explanation, but there's a line between a bunch of decals and just making it look super dirty. Yeah, let's just leave him there. I want some different types of decals. What do these guys look like? Can't even see them. Where are ya? You're under here? Okay. Alright. Just get a bit of grey. Maybe? Don't know if I like that. We can replay the chat, I think, or read the comment. Read all the abbreviate. Yeah, that's the plan. But I still think I like the one that I chose, which I can't remember which one it was. I don't even remember who wrote it. but if you've been watching for long enough, you'd know that I did like one that was very special. The perfect mix of complicated, dumb, readable. Skylines, that's a pretty good one. St. Andros cross country. No, it's not a good one. Not that one. I take that back. It was not Skylines. Skylines is the lunar exploration. No way. It's pretty funny. I'm feeling pretty happy with that. I mean, I reckon like apart from the catenaries, that is like a good. That's like a good amount of detail. You don't want to do too much. Like there's like focal points of decal not decals of detail. Like obviously down here, I want this one to be like pretty. Just gotta get the sun right. Not there. It's like here. That's where I like it. Oh, that's pretty nice. Yeah, like that. Like that's a nice little, that's a spot there. It's all about the angles. Yeah, we've got Sal. Sal's gonna be the subway. And you guys don't remember either. Oh, there it is. Samurai. That's the one. That's what I like. I forgot what the abbreviation was though. So I forgot what the full name of it was. I think that's the point though, right? See this guy? Look at that. Sick. Plane as well. Movement. That's what we want. We want to see stuff. I just noticed that when I remove the hub, I'm just like floating. Remind me to like set up another screen so that when I do this mode, I'm not just floating, chopped in half. And you can actually see the red. So that's what I also want. I also want to be able to see the difference between like the different trains. So there's gonna be a lot going on. There's like, yeah, it's gonna be pretty busy area. Oh, my friend. Hey, buddy, thank you so much. Frazee, thank you for becoming a member, mate. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. There'll be an episode super soon. Couple of days. Just so you guys know, members, I've been trying to do videos like a week early. And that also keeps me like accountable for like getting videos out timely. So if you're interested, a few people have joined. So I do appreciate that. Cheers, all that glare. Fire out. Hey friends, I'm going to leave it there because I need to finish off that episode. If you missed the beginning of the video, I did show a little sneak preview of what that's going to look like. But essentially, the population has dropped tons because I've removed like 90% of people. Like the city is greatly diminished. But we're gonna like do some big we'll fix them all up. We've got some like big plans for over here. It's gonna be really great. Is it possible to add the overhead line equipment for the rail, the metal structure that holds cables and pipes? Yeah, it is, but it's very finicky. I don't know if you were here for the very beginning of the episode, but that's what we were doing, just like creating this. But they're like all props. We have to like drag them out separately. It's a whole thing. Control tower. We have like a tower, but it's not much of a control tower. I'd have to do a custom one. You know, I could do this, but it's very much a fire tower. You know, like that would actually be perfect here, right there. Firehouse watch. Oh, Firehouse watch tower. These are actually pretty good. I mean, these are not bad either. I mean, this kind of feels like old school. I'm gonna put him here. I'll connect you up. You settle down. I mean, I could do something like this. I know it's a bit big. Chat, is that the right size? That's pretty good. I could do this one, or I could do this one. That's too big. What else we got? Oh, don't look at that. I think it's probably a little bit big, but I don't know. Perfect? Getting lots of perfect and yeses in the chat. I'd take that as a bit of a win. I'm just gonna like... I need some different colors down here. So just bear with me, because I'm just gonna... Like, could it be like a red brick? Bit dirty, maybe like this. Paste. I mean, it's a bit large. It's really tall. I could always do this. And then we'll just cover that. We'll just cover that bad boy up. What you think? By the way, the Samurai St. Andros Metropolitan and Regional Express Train by Nonus Towns. Is that who said it? Hey, thanks, mate. That's good. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, and I also think like the express rail is perfect because I think this will be an express train. And it's not going to be like super widespread. I think there's only going to be like a few stops. So this is like perfect. That's perfect. It said that the Fiverr member has the save perk. Where would I find these? I'm a little bit dumb. No. I will, if you've got Discord, message me on Discord, but it says it'll like connect straight away and you can, gets access to a Google Drive, which is all my save games there, or at least all the ones that people want. So if you have Discord, message me there. Otherwise, it should just be an easy link and it should just go straight there. So if you're a bit stuck, just message me. But yeah, YouTube doesn't have a message, a way of like sharing saves. So you have to kind of go through a third party. So that's why I choose Discord. All right, I might leave them like there. Where's the actual building itself? That's fine. I think it looks good. I'm happy with that. I might change the color of it. I'll probably give it like a fence around it. High speed rail. I reckon this is as high speed as it's going to get. Express. This is the express. All right, stuff it. I'm going to do a fence now, all right? Because apparently I can't stop. But I should be stopping. What about if I... Yeah, no, you don't like the fact that you're in the ground. I think there are some fences, though, I can get to... ground. Let's go fence. That don't terraform. Don't terraform? Don't conform. Like this, I think, sits at a height. Hey, mate, can you just like... Yeah, do that. Alright, I'm going to drag him over here. There's no props, because I'm going to have to like align him up. This... Okay. 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 Trust me, chat, this is probably going to work. Oops. Like this. Oh. Oh. What about a train line that goes to their airport? I think that's probably going to be... Actually, that's a good question. Originally it was the subway. But maybe not. Maybe it can be the Samura. Already hate it. And let's just give this guy a little crack. Kind of off. Kind of off. Ah, should be right. And if I just go... What's the height of this? Maybe like some trees? I know I'm always like wanting to hide imperfections of trees, but... Like that. And... Yeah, it's like... Yeah, like what imperfection? Yeah. And I'm not crazy about the color. I actually think I might go back to white. I think so. I think that looks pretty good. I'm happy with that. And I like this guy here. He works pretty well at like an old... It just looks like an old watchtower. Bingo. Did it. Good hustle, my friends. Good hustle. Hey, thank you all for watching. Appreciate it. Thanks to the new members. Appreciate you guys too. And look out for a video next weekend. I might do a live stream on Monday. The invite to Discord on the membership site is invalid. Ooh, a few people have... I'll message you. I'll message you. I'll send you an email. It should work. It worked for somebody who just joined like a couple of days ago. Alright guys, I'll see you all soon. Thanks for joining. Appreciate you all. See you later. Bye-bye. 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 Bye-bye.
Mm-hmm.